here's the confusion for the rest of us watching on. After the 12-day war a year ago, which was deemed a spectacular military success, the President of the United States declared as a fact that Iran's nuclear program and aspirations had been put back decades. And yet you now want me to believe that within 8 months, the threat of them developing a nuclear weapon and using it imminently was right back again.
Piers Morgan akhirnya lelah juga. Setelah sekian lama lebih memintingkan isi konten, akhirnya Piers berani mengungkapkan kebenaran. Tidak tanggung-tanggung, Piers mengatakannya langsung di depan jubir Netanyahu saat live di podcastnya.
I mean, I never thought I'd wake up to see a poll that shows that nearly 50% of Americans want the Israeli Prime Minister arrested and charged with war crimes. It's pretty extraordinary that things have come to that. What is your reaction to that?
There's an evil in the world that's called Iran. I think it's objectively evil. They just hung 2 of their protesters in the streets. They've killed over 50,000. They've shot ballistic missiles, and they're firing all over the Middle East. And you have 2 leaders who are standing up alone with nobody else's help, saying we're not going to allow this evil to metastasize. Israel and Prime Minister Netanyahu and the United States led by President Trump. And this will go down in history, as I've said to you. It will go down in history as 2 men of incredible bravery and courage. And that's how we're going to see it then. And I think for many people, they can see that today. If you just look at the facts, they're standing alone against evil, and they are going to win by ensuring that Iran never has a nuclear weapon.
Jubir Israel ini malah membanggakan kemenangan Amerika dan Israel terhadap Iran ketika ditanya pendapatnya tentang Netanyahu yang diprotes banyak warga Amerika. Tapi, bukan Piers Morgan namanya jika tidak membuat pembicaraan semakin panas. Piers langsung membantah kemenangan mereka terhadap Iran, yang menurut Piers justru Iranlah yang memenangkan peperangan tersebut. Wajah jubir Israel ini langsung terlihat bete, karena dia tidak menyangka pernyataan tersebut keluar dari mulut Piers Morgan, yang selama ini mereka kira berada di pihaknya.
Right, but the problem is you're not winning. We were told this would take 2 to 3 weeks, then it would take 5 to 6 weeks. We're now nearly 5 months into this. All of the war aims and predictions that Prime Minister Netanyahu made to Donald Trump in the White House Situation Room several weeks before this war started have turned out not to materialize. So the IRGC remain in control. The people haven't risen up. The Ayatollah has been replaced by his son, who's even more hardline. The Strait of Hormuz has become as powerful to the Iranian regime as a nuclear weapon. They're firing off missiles, as you said, to their neighboring Gulf states, but they're doing it in retaliation for being attacked themselves. And the upshot of all this is that it's very easy to argue that this evil Iranian regime, and I don't contest your categorization of it, that they are more emboldened now than they were before the war started. How the hell is that any kind of victory? And how does this end?
Piers, if I was to tell you that a nuclear attack was prevented, would that be considered a success? Because had Israel and the United States not stepped up to the plate in June, and you and I spoke during that war and right after that war, had we not, and it was similar arguments, why is it taking so long, what's happening? Had we not stepped up to the plate in June 2025, then in December, January, February 2026, that Iran would have been armed with a nuclear weapon. We wouldn't be talking about the Straits of Hormuz, where Iran is threatening the world with a ballistic missile. Iran would be threatening today with a nuclear weapon. The price of gas isn't going to be $88 a barrel or $120 a barrel. It'll be thousands of dollars a barrel. They would have moved forward and dropped an atomic weapon somewhere in the world. To have prevented that, I can't think of a greater military success, Piers, possibly in the 21st century.
Lagi-lagi, juru bicara ini merasa bahwa mereka menang dalam konflik tersebut, dan terus menuding bahwa Iran masih mengembangkan senjata nuklirnya. Hal inilah yang membuat Piers Morgan merasa dibohongi. Karena, sejak 1 dekade lalu, tudingan kepemilikan senjata nuklir terhadap Iran tidak pernah terbukti sampai dengan sekarang.
But here's the confusion for the rest of us watching on. After the 12-day war a year ago, which was deemed a spectacular military success, the President of the United States declared as a fact that Iran's nuclear program and aspirations had been put back decades. And yet you now want me to believe that within 8 months, the threat of them developing a nuclear weapon and using it imminently was right back again. So who's lying here? Who's telling the truth? Was Trump lying when he said that you put back the Israelis and Americans, the Iranian nuclear aspiration by decades last June? Were you lying then or are you lying now?
I'm not a spokesman for the president, but I will say this. I think that President Trump has very good instincts. The Prime Minister Netanyahu, and President Trump have agreed on the outcome, which is the fact that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon whatsoever or the ability to manufacture a nuclear weapon. We just hammered them, midnight hammer. Israel hammered them. And the first thing they do is they go back to trying to produce a nuclear weapon. If that's what their intention is, then we have to try to finish the job. And then he said very clearly, the United States isn't going to be able to just disconnect from Iran and say, we'll be safe over here. No, they're building ballistic missiles to reach the East Coast. They already have ballistic missiles that can reach England, not to mention Israel. We cannot allow an arsonist and give him a torch and say, you know what, here's a torch, try not to light anything on fire. You wouldn't do that with your own family, and we can't do it with the world.
Tidak bisa menjawab pertanyaan Piers Morgan, jubir ini mengalihkan pembicaraan dengan membahas betapa bahayanya Iran yang saat ini memiliki rudal balistik antar benua. Dan menurutnya, tentu saja Amerika dan Israel harus maju ke depan untuk menghentikan perkembangan teknologi militer Iran. Namun menurut Piers, semua usaha yang sudah Amerika dan Israel lakukan tidak membuahkan hasil. Alih-alih ingin melemahkan Iran, justru Iran kini menjadi jauh semakin kuat.
The problem is that nothing that you've been trying has worked. And that's self-evident because we're now 5 months into this war. The regime's intact, the IRGC's in control, the people aren't rising up, they're using the Strait of Hormuz in any way they see fit. They're attacking their Gulf state neighbors with impunity. They've got plenty of ballistic missiles, clear because they keep firing them. And yet I keep waking up and hearing, oh, their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their missiles have gone and they're completely depleted, we're killing them. Are you? I mean, really? It doesn't look like it to me. I just don't see where the victory comes. You know, I'm seeing no sign of the revolution that you aspire to have happen. The regime appears completely in control and in power. The enriched uranium remains buried away. You've no idea where it is. I just don't see where the victory is coming here unless you can say to me, well, here's how we're going to win and here's the time scale. Can you do that?
You know, Piers, I could respond to each and every single one of these points. We've done it before and explain why the regime has been set back. I could talk about the ballistic missiles. I could talk about their command and control structure, which is already in the 4th tier. I could take this piece by piece, but you know what the biggest, and I want to respond. You know what this war brought out and what Iran's biggest tactical mistake was, in addition to not accepting the peace deal and killing so many of their people, they played their hand. They played their hand now. They now realize, like you said, they control the Straits of Hormuz and they can bring the world to its knees because of the financial crisis. And they played this hand before they have a nuclear weapon. Can we imagine, Piers, if a nuclear weapon, which was 3 weeks away from Iran in June, and could be rebuilt again if this regime, if that enriched material is not removed, if they had a nuclear weapon, if they were smart, they never would have gone to the Straits of Hormuz. They would have said, we're going to accept everything, and they would have slowly built up their plan. Israel would have tried to take them out, and then if they got a weapon, they would have held the entire world hostage.
Entah karena lelah dengan jawaban dari sang jubir atau memang terselip lidah, di akhir video ini Piers mengucapkan hal yang sangat di luar Nurul.
I've interviewed Prime Minister Netanyahu 3 times in my career, but we've tried every week since October the 7th to get him back on uncensored, and he's so far resisted.